Speaking of a challenge, this game's been around for 50 years, which I didn't realize, and now it's starting to gain popularity right here.
It's a combination of tennis, badminton, and ping pong. In tonight's cover story, Kim Ratcliffe has everything you need to know about pickleball.
How much do you know about pickleball? I have to admit, I didn't know much about it at first until I played the game. So here's some background on it. Pickleball originated in Bainbridge Island right here. This is in Washington State, originating back in 1965 when two men basically decided to use an old badminton court to get their families out of the house and give them something to do. Couldn't find badminton rackets, so they improvised and used ping pong paddles with a perforated ball. Tonight, I'm introducing you to one community that is taking the game to a new level. More than 350 people are members of the Brunswick Forest Pickleball Club. They play on brand new pickleball courts in the community almost every day. As you can see, they're similar to tennis courts, but they are much smaller in size. Don't be fooled. The game can be very challenging.
Well, they say you're not supposed to be doing a lot of running. If you're really good, you're supposed to be up at the net doing this kind of thing.
Pickleball is played with a smaller version of a wiffle ball, and as I quickly found out, a paddle, not a racket. About the racket, it's a little smaller than a tennis racket. It looks similar to a racquetball racket, but there's even some differences there.
Yeah, but well, as you know, it's not a racket, it's a paddle because it's fully enclosed.
Marty Smith is the Brunswick County USA Pickleball Ambassador. He's a former racquetball player and says pickleball is popular with the older generation.
It's not as invasive on the knees or the ankles or the shoulders. You can still end up with tennis elbow if you don't watch yourself, but it's just not as invasive on the joints as tennis is.
Some of these pickleball players say the game is addicting. It's so fun that once you start, you won't want to stop. So I figured I'd give it a try.
It's a two-bounce rule. When you serve it, they have to let it bounce. When they hit it back over the net, the team has to let it bounce. And then it's wide open.
What you noticed is this ball is not like a tennis ball.
Right.
So you're not
going to get the bounce. Right.
So instead of where you see a lot of tennis players, they back up to hit the ball.
Yep.
With a pickleball, you always attack the ball.
Okay. Tim Camden also represents the county as a pickleball ambassador and knows a thing or two about the game. He says if there is one thing I should know about playing, it's this.
Never run backwards.
Oh, never?
Backwards is a bad thing, especially for, there you go, especially for the more mature people. Uh-oh, I can feel the pressure.
So aside from the physical workout you get from the game, some people are playing for a purpose. Brunswick Forest is hosting its first pickleball tournament this month. Proceeds go to Lump to Laughter, a Christian ministry that supports breast cancer patients. Nancy Camden, one of the players you saw in the story, is a breast cancer survivor. Right now, there are more than 16 places where you can play pickleball in New Hanover, Brunswick, and Pender counties. We have all that information in this story on WECT.com and your WECT News app. Reporting in the studio, Kim Ratcliffe, back to you.
Kim's got some talent on the pickleball court there.
Got skills.
She's got skills.
Got skills.
UNC Wilmington